Hello and welcome to this video. In this video I'm going to be going through the sales figures for my first two games. I'll first give a bit of an introduction just so that we've got some context for what the games were, and then we'll jump straight in and have a look at the figures. First up we've got the game Alien Rescue, which is a 2D side-scroller space shooter that was on the iOS store and it was made in Unity version 5.01. It came in two versions, Alien Rescue, which had a price of 99p or 99 cents and it had 20 levels. This first released on the 5th of May 2015 and stayed online until the 3rd of April 2016. The other version was Alien Rescue 3, which was 4 levels, and that went online on the 27th of June 2015 and finished at the same time on 3rd of April 2016. In the main version of the game, there were 20 levels. Each one had a new bad guy. You had to complete a level to unlock the next one. And you can also rescue 1 to 3 aliens on each level. And you can also play in infinite mode, which is the number of seconds you can survive for, and there are no aliens to collect on that one. In this one, you've got the red and green bugs that fire downwards and upwards, also last asteroids that will kill you. There's a health pill there in the top middle, which will increase your shields, and a little green saucer flying around to destroy you. And finally, when you get to level 20, it's got everything thrown at you at once, including black holes where you move slower, the occasional pillar, clouds where you have to watch out for the white one, otherwise you explode, the purple saucers which will blow up if they get near you, electrified devices, and so on. The free version of the game had a link to the full version and it just had 4 levels. Okay, let's have a look at how the main Alien Rescue game did on appstoreconnects.apple.com. Just click on the app, then click Analytics. We click First Time Downloads. And we can click the date and choose lifetime. You can see here that in the first month it just had 6 downloads, and then the following month, which is when the free game got released, there was only 1 download, giving a grand total of 7 overall. Okay, let's now have a look at how well the free one did. So here I honestly thought there'd be a couple of thousand downloads, even if it was other developers, just to take a look at it. So if we click on lifetime to see what we actually got, disappointingly, there was only 52 total downloads. 38 of those are in the first month. And then in subsequent months, it varied between 4 and 1 download. March being the last month that it was actually online. And then after that, we go offline. So from there on, it's flatlining. Let's have a look at the profits for Alien Rescue. So Apple did actually pay me £4.14 in March 2016. I think that was either the end of the financial year or the end of my app developer license that triggered that payment. That was 7 sales, between 44 to 70% commission, depending on whether you're in the UK or in the US. But we have to take away from that the 1-year Apple developer program license, which is £79. And then also I had to buy a MacBook device. I went for a Pro, but that cost me £1,599 because you need that to build, to Xcode, and to deploy to the Apple devices. So the grand total for all of this is minus £1,673.86. So overall, slightly disappointing. I was hoping that to get, a few hundred sales at least, but I enjoyed the process, and the main thing was just to see if I could complete a game and get it onto the iOS App Store. And I was still pleased with the result of the game. I still like playing it myself. I played all 20 levels 10 years later in preparation for this video. So there you go. The second game I released was called Escape from Bytesville. That was a 3D open world platformer. It released on Steam on the 23rd of February 2024 and is still live. It was written in Unreal Engine version 5.3 and it's currently got the price of £3.99. Escape from Bytesville is an open world platformer which is set in a town with lots of NPCs bustling around. You can level up your weapons, you can find a bunch of keys to try and escape the town. And once you're in the outside world, you can explore and then try and find out what the secret is of the town of Bytesville. Okay, let's have a look at the sales results for Escape from Bytesville. As you can see, that the total downloads was only 23. 2 of those are people that I knew, and I think 1 might have been the actual Valve tester. Weirdly, there's only 7 unique users. But there is only 1 unit returned, which is 4.3%, which I think is below the average. Medium time played of 22 minutes. I think my friends that played this, the two of them, they played about 5 or 6 hours. That's how long it took them to complete the game. So that gave us a gross revenue of $41, which is a net revenue of $32. I think you have to get the net revenue to $100 to actually flush out a payment, so I haven't had any payments from Valve yet. So here are the profits for Escape from Bytesville. So as mentioned, we had 22 sales, so at 70%, that would be £17. But we need to take away from that the Steam app fee, which is £79. I also spent £47.95 on the Bytesville hospital assets, which also included some more meshes for the various NPCs that I wanted in the game. And I also bought an asset pack for some robots, which cost me £4.71. So overall, the grand total loss for Escape from Bytesville is minus £114.66. Again, as with my other game, I was pleased to be able to get this onto the Steam store. Obviously, it didn't see as many sales as I would have liked, but it was still a nice achievement to get it on there. One of the issues with releasing a game on Steam is the discoverability. So you can see that when I released my game in February 2024, 1,472 games were released in the same month. That's over 50 games a day. So the day my game released, it was already competing with 49 games. And then a month later, there's another 1,000 games or more that have been released. So if I release a new game on Steam, I think I'll need to spend some more time making it stand out more, trying to publicize it maybe via this YouTube channel, rather than just sort of releasing it and hoping that it will get spotted. Okay, that's the end of this video. I hope it was useful in seeing how well or badly games can do on the various stores. Please like and subscribe, and I hope to see you in a video soon.